Welcome back to the Source Garage. This is the 2-month update on the winter protection testing on the second test that I've done here. So it's been, I think, about 9 weeks actually now, and we had a decent amount of snow since the previous testing was done, and there's still a bunch of salt on here. You can see, I'll pull the camera off in a minute and show you everything. So what I'm going to do to clean this off, first I'm just going to show a test with spraying with the pump, just spraying water down the side here, the little hand pump, and see what actually comes off, and then seeing what it looks like after that. Then I'm going to do a proper wash. I got a bucket of soap and some mitts that I'm going to wash down the panels with, and then I'll do what I've done in the previous videos where I focus in on one panel and we pour water over it, spray it just to see the water beading and sheeting properties and see what's still there. So we get right into it. So first, give a look at the panel right now. There's a bunch of salt obviously across the side and the bottom here. So what was on the panels here again was Gtechniq C2V3, McKee's Hydro Blue SiO2, Soft 99 fusso coat, collonite 476S. This was the control section. Chemical guys, ceramic hyperwax, man, I'm trying to remember all these names now, and turtle wax ceramic spray-on coating. So I'm going to take a little pump and spray them down, and we'll see what it looks like. So I've got a little hand pump, a little sprayer here, so we're going to try this out and see what this looks like. All right, I'm gonna pull the camera off here so you can see what I'm seeing and try and make sure I get on film here. You can see the lines of where the contamination, I guess, is causing the water to cling to it. So you can see a pretty clear line going up here and over. A nice dip in the middle here, and then a pretty solid line all the way across the rest of the left side of the panel. So for whatever reason, this is the McKee's Hydro Blue section, as the water's come off of more of it than all the other sections around it. We'll have to see if that holds true in any way once I do a proper wash of the panel. All right, I'm gonna do the other side now. All right, so on this side we had the control, the chemical guys hyperwax, and the turtle wax ceramic spray-on. All right, we'll pick up the camera here again. So if I'm looking at where the water's still clinging, you can see a line here. I'd say it's about halfway up the panel where the control still has water clinging. The chemical guys has a little streak up high here. It was up higher here just a second ago. The turtle wax spray-on looks like it's done a pretty good job of getting almost all the water off of there. I'm going to spray the middle here again. So you can see how slow everything's coming off. Now it's probably just because it's dirty, but the control and the chemical guys are looking very similar right now. So, and I remember last video that was starting to fade, I thought, so maybe it's gone now. But anyway, so now I'm gonna do a full clean with some proper soap and dry it off, and then we'll do some more testing. You can see the water clinging a lot, coming off very slowly here. So watching this side, the turtle wax is sheeting away relatively quickly. The control's really hanging on. The chemical guys here is really hanging on too. Honestly, wouldn't be able to tell the difference between these two sections here, but I'm going to keep rinsing off here and then I'll do a full dry and then we'll do the same thing over. I am really liking these sections, the soft 99 fusso coat and the collonite 476. The McKee's Hydro Blue is looking pretty good. The Gtechniq seems to maybe have failed in the front here where it's probably taken the most beating. That may just be from abrasion, not necessarily from the salt. All right. I mean, even over here you can see where the water's still hanging on here for the control and the chemical guys, where it doesn't look like it is anywhere else. So I'm going to guess those areas have failed now. So let me get some microfibers and dry this off. All right. So I'm real quick here, just going to show you the panel, what it looks like now. So you can see how nice and shiny everything is. So now we're going to do some more testing, some spraying, dumping some water on it and seeing what it actually looks like. All right, so we're going to start on the back panel here so we can see the control and then the chemical guys, hyperwax and the turtle wax ceramic spray on. So what I'm going to do is I got this just bottled water, so I'm going to pour it across the top so we can see the sheeting properties. Then I'm also going to use the pump again and spray it on so you can see the beading from the spraying and all that good stuff. So those are the two different things I'm going to do to show here, and I think from that we'll be able to have a pretty obvious conclusion, I hope, from what this actually looks like. And I'm going to try and make sure I get all this on camera properly in the right angle so you can actually see it. So here goes the first pour of water across the top. So over here, coming off pretty quickly, sheeting pretty good, really clinging a ton here in the middle. I think the camera's showing that. It looks like it's capturing. So there's a big just blob of water right here that's really not going anywhere, that the turtle wax sheeted away pretty quickly. So I think that's pretty conclusive that, being that this is the control here, that the chemical guys at this point has failed. I'll do another pour here. So across the top here it comes off pretty quickly, and then about at the handles it really starts to slow down and we get just that dragging, the water clinging here. And if I pour on the turtle wax here, I mean, you can see how that's moving very quickly relative to this. I mean, this blob's still here and this one's already gone now. And there it goes. So I'm going to say the turtle wax ceramic spray is still here. The control and the chemical guys, well, obviously the control's not failed, it's never been there, but I think the chemical guys has failed at this point. And I'll grab the pump now too. So I'll do a spray test here too. So when you look at it over here, the turtle wax has already got all the water's gone from it, while the chemical guys in the control are still trying to sheet off what's there. Again, same thing. So definitely going to say the chemical guys it's responding almost identically to the control. Maybe the slightest amount is still there, but really at this point I'm going to say it's all but failed, if anything. All right, so now we know what it looks like with the control. At least we have a baseline to judge against the other sections, so I'm going to move over to there next. All right, so here we have the collonite 476S, fusso coat, McKee's Hydro Blue SiO2, and Gtechniq C2V3. And I hope this is showing properly on camera, that you can really see there's not really much of any water still clinging on there at all. In fact, I don't see a single spot except maybe at the very front quarter panel, or the front quarter of the panel here where the Gtechniq C2V3 was. All this completely sheeted right off. So that's really cool. That's all still going. And I'm going to pick up the camera here and do this again because I'm not sure it was caught the best on camera. So let me grab the other bottle of water here. So look at that. At the bottom there you can see the last of it sheeting off already. So obviously it's still there, doing a really good job. That was much faster than anything on the back end of the panel, or the back door of the truck here. Do a close-up here on the front section. I mean, it's already completely gone from the McKees. A little bit still left on the front here, coming off with the Gtechniq C2V3. So this panel is doing really well still. I'm honestly kind of surprised after 2 months now that these have been completely covered in salt, still going strong. Let me get the spray here, back up and reposition just a little. Yeah, I mean, look at how little water is left on there. And again, just for reference, I'll turn it to the side here a little, and I'll try and capture the control. So the control's on the left side here, and you'll see a comparison directly. Control, collonite, fusso coat. Look at that. So you got this huge blob of water here still clinging, all this completely gone. So just more evidence you know it's working over here. But so I'm going to say the whole front panel here is still going strong, and the chemical guys, hyperwax, has, I don't want to be mean and say lived up to the chemical guys' reputation, because they don't make all bad things, but definitely is the first to, I'd say, fail here. So let me zoom out here, and I guess we'll wrap up with a little conclusion. All right, so with all that being done, I think it's pretty obvious at this point that it looks like the chemical guys, hyperwax, I'm going to say has all but failed at this point. There may be a slight residual, a little bit of beading or sheeting kind of protection left. It was just a hair better than the control. Although if you put them side by side, I'm not sure you'd be able to tell the difference. But everything else still looks like it's going. The turtle wax is maybe the slowest of what's left, and kind of the Gtechniq C2V3 also in that same boat. But these three right here, the McKee's Hydro Blue, the fusso coat, and the collonite 476S, all of these are still definitely going. They're sheeting, beading, offering protection, I'm sure. So really happy to see those still there. So I guess I'm going to keep doing this until until I see them fail, or I guess it gets to late spring and I want to test something new, although I have another test plan for the other side of the truck already, redoing some of the other testing I had done with the 18-way stuff. But anyway, so I'll have another update in a month. Thanks for following along. Consider subscribing if you want to see more science stuff like this. It's finally warming up here in Wisconsin a little bit. We had our first week breaking high 40s, 50 for the first time, so I have a whole lot of experiments coming. I know I haven't been doing many videos over the winter because it's damn cold and got a lot of other things going on, but I have a whole bunch of stuff planned. Now it's going to be warming up out here, especially with the wheel detailing stuff. If you saw the video where I showed I think probably 100 different products I have for wheel cleaning, I have a whole arsenal of more in-depth testing anybody's ever done against all those on the wheels. And I got the Cadillac coming out of storage, got a whole project to restore and clean that thing up, and I'm going to do this truck as well too. So a lot of fun stuff to come. So thanks for watching and following along.